Up the Creek Music Festival in Swellendam, Western Cape has been around for nearly 3 decades, entertaining avid rock and indie folk music fans. While set on the banks of the Breede River, this extravaganza features only the best local musical talent across different stages, while the usually quiet campsite will once again be transformed into a spot of rock and soulful tunes and performances. While to tell us more about the festival, we're joined from our Cape Town studios by Hanley, who is the festival director. Very good morning to you, Caitlin, and welcome to Morning Live.
Morning, thanks for having me.
Caitlin, Up the Creek has been in existence for almost as old as I have, 30 years. It's 3 decades. Won't you take us through the evolution of this great music festival?
Yeah, sure. So Up the Creek was started in 1990. It was actually thrown as a birthday party for the owner's boyfriend at the time. And then the friends who'd attended wanted to come back each year. So they decided, well, we better start charging people money. I think the first concert cost 50 Rand, and you could come and watch 4 or 5 bands perform during the weekend and camp and swim in the river. And then obviously every year it just grew and grew. And when Savannah Premium Cider came on as a sponsor, I think 23 or 24 years ago, the festival just grew, and it has taken a break once or twice and come back. And in the last 4 years, it's grown from about 1,500 to 3,000 people.
And what were the reasons, Caitlin, behind the 1 or 2 year break?
I think the owners just literally wanted to take a break, and because it's their own personal investment and their own time, they could afford to at that point. And they used to run 2 a year right back in sort of 2000s. They used to run 1 in summer and 1 in winter. But I think as our crowd has changed and as people are not so great at winter camping, they realized they could only really have 1 in summer.
All right. Now, this year's lineup includes about 40 acts, and this is including comedy performances as well. Won't you tell us about the lineup, who we can expect to see, and also the inclusion of comedians in what is typically a rock music festival?
Okay, so we have about 40 acts on our main stage lineup, and then we have about 60 in total because we have a few peripheral smaller stages. On our big headliners this year are Mango Groove and Fokov Polisikar. And then we have smaller, lesser known but still very well-known bands in the music industry like Albert Frost, Spoegwolf, Veranda Panda, The Kiffness, Native Young, lots, Crimson House, Nomadic Orchestra, and plenty more. And basically, attendees can expect a real mix of musical genres. Like you said, when you introduced the festival, we have rock, we have pop, we have some Afrofusion, we have DJs, electronic music. We have a lot of folk nowadays, it's quite popular, and some bands that are actually just purely instrumental.
There are so many other festivals around the country that take place on an annual basis. What would you say sets Up the Creek apart from all of those festivals? What makes it stand out?
So definitely firstly our size. We're quite small. We only sell 2,500 tickets, and that appeals to a lot of people because there's no queues. You can get to hot showers and toilets easily. You don't have to fight, to get in at the bar. So the size is a big thing. Secondly, our riverside setting, right on the Breede River, we actually build one of our stages literally on the river. So you float in your lilos listening to music. And I think thirdly is our age group that we appeal to. There are not a lot of festivals appealing to that 30 to 40-year-old market, and we definitely appeal to them. And we can see our average age attendee is still very much about 35.
All right, and where can people get a hold of tickets, and where can they go to find out more information about the festival?
The best place is definitely our website, which is just www.upthecreek.co.za, or if you're on social media, follow us on Facebook or Instagram. And if you don't know anything about the festival and you think it might be something you'd like to do, check out our gallery page on our website, and there's lots of videos that encapsulate the festival, and there's ones from every year, I think dating back to about 2014.
All right, Caitlin, thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for giving us some insight into this great festival. All the best.
Thank you.
Well, that was Caitlin talking to us from our Cape Town studios about Up the Creek Music Festival, which is set to take place from the 25th to the 28th of January. So be sure to get onto their website, get that information, take a look at some of the pictures, and make sure that you get your tickets.